aujourd'hui on se retrouve sur Genshin Impact pour découvrir la nouvelle partie de la map Inazuma. Allez hop, allons-y.
So, you finally made it. And it appears we have a couple of stowaways. Or perhaps I should say, honored.
You can blame your almighty Shogun. The tempests around Inazuma have been growing all the more though the fleet was fully up to the challenge. The inclement weather still caused some delay. Now then, let me introduce everyone. This is Toma, a trade partner that I've gotten to know recently.
You don't know how long I've been waiting to see you.
Toma, these two are...
Oh, no need for introductions. Their reputation precedes them. It seems even the stormy seas can't keep room.
Oh, it should...
With any luck, it'll give you a head start here. Toma's resided on Rito for quite some time now. It wouldn't be going too far. If you run into any problems here, just talk to Toma. But if he tries to pull in...
No need to worry. I'm sure we'll get along just fine.
Good. Then if it's all settled, I'll be going. I wouldn't want to be caught with my sails down here. I do have a wanted fugitive on board after all.
Oh, right. Kazuha.
Until next time, traveler. Remember to give it your all, no matter what perilous storms you may encounter.
Fair seas, Captain Beto. Bye-bye.
Bye-bye.
Now then, first things first. We need to go get you registered at the border checkpoint.
Paimon thought we were supposed to be keeping...
Don't underestimate the reaches of the Sakoku decree. You wouldn't be... So we have to play by the rules, even if we're kind of bending them.
Oh là là les gars, ça y est, Inazuma. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? Melon lavande, mais j'en veux. Je sais pas c'est quoi, j'en veux. Je veux tout. Ah mais du coup c'est pas herbe si je joue vu que c'est un fugitif.
Hello? Please state your name, identity, and the purpose of your visit. You must be... Excuse me? Please provide the information requested and also declare any goods you are carrying with you. Oh, well, I'm sorry. We cannot approve entry for purely personal reasons. So, my apologies, but I'll have to ask you to...
Here are their entry papers. For your...
What? Take your time. No rush or anything.
I just wanted to see what you'd say.
I see. Okay. You're...
The Outlander Affairs agent. They only check entry permits here. If you want to remain on Rito, there's a process.
Sheesh. So it is super strict, just like everyone says.
Well, let's not forget that to everyday folk in as the word suggests, Outlanders aren't very welcome in Ina's, not even on Rito, where they've established an outsider settlement. I like how you think. Now, let's head over to... Most of the current rules were put in place by the administration of Rito, the Kanjo Commission.
The Kanjo Commission?
Yes, one branch of the Tri-Commission of Inazuma, responsible for growing and managing the nation's wealth. You really haven't heard of it before?
Parce que le jeu, il a level up hein, au niveau des gigas. Ma mère. Ça fait déjà une belle zone quand même. Hein. Ah, je suis content, ouais, je suis très content. Je suppose que c'est là. Ah, la honte, il a prénom de chien, ce fils de... Pardon. Eureka la spectrice.
You've completed the entry procedures, yes? And now you want...
Yes, please.
Okay, the processing fee will be 2 million more.
2 million? For a
That's right. 1 million per applicant, which makes 2 million total.
Paimon wasn't so much questioning your math.
Ma'am, these two here are good friends.
Ah, Mr. Toma, it's you. By way of courtesy, allow me to reduce it to 400,000.
Thank you ever so. But as this is just a processing fee, I think 600 mora should cover it if I'm paying on their behalf.
That's not how you haggle! By all means!
Alright then, as you wish, Mr. Toma. I will make.
Much obliged.
Ah, ce bâtard.
What? She went from 2 million down to 600? There's something seriously wrong with people's sense of finance around here!
It's not as mind-boggling as you think. The way some here at the agency see it, the fees are easy money. So it becomes a so when the day comes that some poor merchant from overseas with more money than sense gets stuck here and needs to...
Then they'll milk them for...
Exactly. It's at times like this that having a local friend really comes in handy. Yes, but when you're an outlander in Inazuma, far from home in this close nation, the most that overseas merchants can do, that's how the International Trade Association...
So it's a trade association built...
Yep. And as well as advancing commercial interests. The association provides help. Essentially, it's an association devoted to both commercial excellence and survival skills.
Sounds like just staying alive is an achievement.
I see. So this is the real purpose of your trip. After all, the Raiden Shogun is the most exalted and revered one in all of Inazuma. She is a deity who reigns on high, while all other life can... I was going to say nothing is set in stone when it comes to who you will encounter in this world. Who's to say you won't... Okay, I'll give it to you straight. I know of a way...
Really? Wow!
I mean, it will take all the resources I have at my disposal, but connections come at a high price.
Not you!
No. In this instance, in fact, there's no real cost as such. It's just that if this is something you really want, I like to do things in a way that keeps everybody happy. It's my own personal...
Sounds very reasonable to Paimon. You're the man in the middle, so you have to trade favors to keep
Why do I get the feeling you're making me out to be some... Here's the situation. As I touched upon earlier, the members of the international... Recently, things seem to have gotten more difficult than ever for them, so just... The head of the association is called Carisio, and he's a good friend of mine.
Ça a l'air d'être le pire des escrocs du monde, lui. Ah, c'est lui qu'on doit parler.
Huh? Hello there. You must be seeking refuge with the international... Ah, good. That's a relief.
We heard the association has been having some difficulty.
Yes. Left, right, and center.
The Sakoku decree certainly makes things difficult for anyone who...
But it's not the root cause of our woes. The Sakoku decree might restrict our scope of activity. No. What's really squeezing those Mora grubbers from the
Oh, of the 3 commissions...
That's right. They impose astronomical tax rate. Unbelievable. They just issued a new tax decree recently that, for some reason, completely changes the way we pay our taxes. It used to be...
Crystal Mare...
something that most of us in the association had never heard. Eventually, one of the older Liyue merchants recalled that he once shipped a batch of it to Snezhnaya. So, in order to pay our taxes, we began an arduous search for... But then we found we'd only managed to create a bigger problem for ourselves. The rising... Now there's only one vendor who even has it in stock. Exactly. So this vendor keeps pushing the price up, and we have no choice but... It's a vicious cycle. The consequence of which is that our taxes will soon exceed our profits. We've tried, but this is a nation where the cries of a few struggling merchants will never be heard. Fontaine, my dear homeland.
Sounds awful. What do you think we should do?
I've actually done business with him in the past, but after a point he stopped contacting us.
Well, definitely...
Hey, that's a pretty good idea. Since you're not... If I remember correctly...
Got it! We're on...
Attends, en vrai, j'ai envie directement d'aller prendre l'élément électro, là.
I don't think I recognize you. Are you new arrivals? So, what do you need with me? The sheer nerve. You don't go around asking questions like that. Trade secret. Got it? You know what trade and secret...
This guy's got a bad attitude.
Ha! Are you even buying? Oh, they're wasting their time. The price isn't...
Hey, what's your...
Get out of here. Go on. Tell them they're lucky to be...
What are we gonna do? There's no talking to this guy. Good idea.
Oh, c'est un nouveau bois, non? Sheesh. Ce petit cadeau, c'est quoi le cadeau, fais voir?
Time to go. That was quick.
Actually, we're having a little trouble.
Oh? Well, by all means, tell me what you need. Getting you to go fixing things when you've only just arrived is quite a demand. Oh, he used to be a bit of a sorry sight, selling shells that he collect on the beach just to get by. But I can only assume he must have found himself a patron after...
Huh. You're saying he used to be a member?
Yes. Couldn't you tell when you spoke to him? That's right. Werner was born in Mondstadt. Then, when Inazuma closed to the outside world, he was one of a group...
Huh.
The International Trade Association.
So he left the association.
I'm sure it's more nuanced than that. I believe even the most ungrateful...
Really?
Well then, it sounds like you may...
What are you doing back here? Just because I got plenty of time on my hands doesn't mean I want to waste any of it talking to you. Huh? Where's this coming from? Mondstadt? You were talking about... Goodness, I can sense it now. So familiar, but... the scent of Mondstadt. Oh, how it takes me... Oh, my hometown. The home of... So, trying... Huh? What is this?
Just close your eyes already.
You mean... the sound of the ocean? Leah Harbor. I can see it so clearly. Oh, and the sound of the waves. Xiao lanterns.
This guy has a really active imagination. Either...
Wait. Stop. That's enough. Don't make me relive it anymore. My poor heart can't take it. You mean, the folks from the internet? Often, I'll sneak down to the shore at night and listen to the sound of the... I've run into folks from the association more than a few times doing just that. Don't you think I've wanted to talk things...
well, no one...
They're so resilient. None of them have... So, I caved. Those people, they'd make the smallest... Alright. I'll tell you the whole story.
You ready to talk now?
But I betrayed them.
Come on, you scaredy cat. Look, you missed, so come on.
It's a scheme by the tax collection Ashigaru. Keijiro. They start by overtaxing the merchants, then take the extra crystal. Once the merchants run out of places to buy crystal marrow, they get me to sell that extra stock back to the merchants at an it's
plain evil.
I'm their puppet, yes. But my cut is a tiny fraction of what we take in total. It's evidence. Now that I think about it, whenever I report back to him after a sale, he always, as it happens, I handed some Mora over to him not long ago.
Really?
C'est vraiment beau, hein. J'aime beaucoup cet endroit.
Keijiro!
After him!
All for freedom. Which one should I choose? Should I close early? It's not like I'll get any customers.
Rip.
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! If you want to taste Mondstadt great wines that look no further than sailing... He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
Now,
Too close! That's too close! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
It's not like I'll get any customers.
Oh, c'était
What was
quoi
that
ce
sound?
lag là?
Quiet! Don't let him find us!
must be hearing things. Drat, I'm behind schedule. I need to hurry.
Oh mais sérieux? Oh là là!
Keijiro! It's...
After him!
It's not like I'll get any customers.
Sorry. I need to think about it.
All for freedom. Which one should I choose?
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure!
Now, who else?
Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away!
What was that sound?
Quiet! Don't let him find us! Too close! That's too close! He'll notice us for sure! He's getting further and further away! Let's catch up a little!
What could he be doing at a place?
It looked like he buried something over there. Whoa! Boring! Paimon thought he'd hidden a big pile of Mora here.
Let me take a look here. Ah, yes! This is what we're looking for.
Great! Well, now we have our hard
I'll-
Huh? You...
I need a little more time before...
Huh. Poor Werner's...
Hmm.
But we really don't have anything left. If this keeps up...
You know the decree. The rules are the rules. No discounts, no exceptions, and no excuses. Hmm? And who are you?
It just so happens that we found your little ledger, so now we're here to tell—
Huh? You've been swindling!
Well, you see...
Let me take a look at the ledger. Well, would you look at that? So, Mr. Keijiro, it seems you have some
So you think you can use this against me, do you?
Word has it that samurai in the commission place great importance on reputation and prestige.
Huh? Is that a threat?
No, not at all. I'm simply stating that it...
Well, even if what you say is true...
I believe you still... Perhaps that crystal marrow could be used as compensation for the recent tax hike.
Is that it?
Oh, do you have any idea the hoops I had to jump through to get the crystal marrow and keep it hidden?
And not even an ounce of
So that's it? My shop's been closed for weeks now. I've even had to ask—
Come on, Harrison.
I'm sick of being pushed around like this.
Harrison!
Hey, what's all this racket? Does someone dare question the decree?
Ah, Chief, you've arrived.
What was all the commotion I heard just now?
Oh, we were just discussing a minor tax issue. I do my utmost.
A helping hand? The only thing you're doing is stuffing your greedy pockets with our hard-earned wealth.
Oh, and you dare to utter the commissioner's name. You seize the merchants. We will resolve—
Uh-oh.
Gentlemen, come now. Is there any need for this?
Who are you supposed to be? And what?
You never heard of the Fixer?
Here's my card.
Huh. You're from the Yashiro.
Shh.
Huh. Well, this is Kanjo Commission territory. However powerful the Yashiro—
Of course not. Still, perhaps you could show the young lady of our clan some courtesy. You wouldn't want your name showing up in a petition to the Shogun, would—
That fan, the Shirasagi Himegimi. I don't need any trouble with her.
But, Chief!
Enough!
Let's get dinner one day soon, gentlemen. My treat, I insist. No response, huh?
Thank you so much, Toma. But I'm sorry your relationship...
Hey, I was joking. It's a small price to pay, and if nothing else, I'm sure the tax collection Ashigaru... Shh, not here. Too many... Corruption seems rife in the Kanjo Commission. They truly are rotten to the core. All right, time for me to answer your questions. What would you like to know? Straight to the point. I belong to the Kamisato clan of the Yashiro Commission on Narukami Island.
You've been keeping your true— So, the Yashiro Commission.
Correct. The Kamisato clan is the head of the Yashiro Commission, who manage ceremonial and cultural affairs. I'd go into more detail on I'm just someone who was fortunate enough to be taken in by the Kamisato clan. My role is to take care of the daughter of the clan, Kamisato Ayaka, also known as the Shirasagi
Seems like she must
Ayaka,
be
c'est
super
le nouveau
famous
perso.
in Inazuma, given the—
Oh, most definitely. She's graceful, dignified, and her fame even somewhat eclipses that of her older brother, Kamisato Ayato, despite the fact that he's the current head of the— I suppose those who treat others with compassion earn themselves the same treatment in return. Miss Kamisato's situation certainly seems to attest to that. Take me, for example. I'm just an attendant. You're asking the right questions. And to be honest, I don't want to— Firstly, you should know that being a fixer is not something you can fake. I spent the better part of a month tirelessly building up a network of—
Still pretty good going for just a—
Well, maybe I have a slight knack for schmoozery. Inazuma may have closed off to the outside world, but that hasn't stopped a lot of people from— So, when Miss Kamisato heard of your intention to come to Inazuma, she began looking forward to your arrival with great anticipation. That is, that you have what it takes.
Change the—
In the test I gave you earlier, although there were a few hiccups at the end, it was you who found the— navigating powerful people, using their character flaws to your advantage. It's just what, with your help, even the Vision Hunt decree— That's an unexpected development. Perhaps our sources... Yes, of course. I completely... Well, my work on Rito is... Oh, one more thing. This invitation letter is for you. When you get to Narukami Island, you can find me at the Komori Tea House, as per the... Good luck with everything.
Toma's not such a bad guy, huh? Huh? What's up? Oh, right! Wait, so... Did Toma forget that too? Oh, darn it! As soon as we get off Ritu Paimon's... Well, guess we should give it a try.
Stop there!
Sorry, but we really gotta get to Nar...
If you don't have a travel permit, this is...
As a traveler, you gotta think of something. How do we get out of Rito? Are you saying we should go? Guess it can't hurt to try. Even if Paimon has... Who knows? Maybe he's our biggest...
Vous ne pouvez pas passer. Bah si, je peux en fait. Bon, bref. On va faire ça dans l'ordre des choses parce que sinon... Et attends, elle est loin la statue. Oh mais elle est juste à côté, frérot. Vas-y, on va y aller tout de suite. On va prendre le pouvoir électro. Il y a une électroculux, enfin, ou peu importe comment ça s'appelle.
Into the wind.
Ok, je vois.
One with nature.
Comment on peut y aller sur ce toit là? On va faire un peu le tour, on va réfléchir. Ah mais elle est là, la statue elle est juste là-haut. Peut-être que de la statue on peut y aller sur le toit, non? Mais si je vais là.
The wind knows me.
Je suis vraiment un crack, hein.
Into the wind.
Oh, j'ai un électroculux. Hop, hop, hop. Aïe aïe aïe. Et il en faut combien au début du coup? 0 sur 10. Ok, bon bah écoutez. On farmera les électroculus quand on aura le temps. Je ferai peut-être une ou deux vidéos farming du coup.
Follow the wind.
Halt!
This is the Kanjo Commissioner's office.
We're here to see...
The Kanjo Commissioner seldom entertains Outlanders. Leave now or we'll be forced...
Ah, wait.
Oh, Commission...
These two are honored guests from afar. No need to give them the usual spiel. Come on in. Let's see what we can do for you.
My sincere apologies.
Bon, attendez, du coup... Merde, du coup, c'est quoi que ça sort? C'est toujours Viator. Bon bah écoutez, on va juste peaufiner un truc de l'équipe. Hop, parce que du coup, vu qu'on flèche du bas, je peux pas m'en servir, autant mettre un deuxième perso électro. Non, tant qu'à faire, autant mettre... hop.
Something's come up.
Et du coup, là, il me faudrait un deuxième perso à Nemo, mais j'ai pas, c'est chiant. Non, c'est pas grave. Monsieur le commissaire, bonjour.
I am Hiragi Shinsuke, Kanjo Commissioner and head of the Hiragi clan. It's an honor to meet you both.
Nice to meet you, sir. So, the reason we wanted to come and see you was because...
All right, all in good time. Two travelers renowned far and wide have shown up to see me.
So what you're saying is...
Absolutely. How many other people in the world have what it takes to knock the wind out of Storm Terra's sails?
Exactly! Paimon thinks you make...
And I hear you also foiled a Fatui plot in Liyue Harbor. Even...
Whoa! You heard about... Something wrong?
No. I'm simply awestruck by you both is all. Rito is greatly honored to have you visit us. One other thing I heard about you is your great zeal for helping other people.
Well, sure, no problem. Whatever you need, right?
Excellent. Well then, you must know the Qingshin. A flower grow...
Yep, we've picked a few of those before.
Yes, bring me 300 Qingshin, would you? Freshly picked up.
Did Paimon hear that wrong?
Too much trouble. Then how about this? We have a few items that need to...
That sounds much more...
709 left.
Hey, what gives? How come you don't have...
Terribly sorry. We're just a little short on people lately.
What sort of an explanation is that? Traveler, what are we going to do? Should we really help this guy?
That's the spirit. Don't keep me...
You're seriously considering taking this job? The terms are ridiculous!
Elle est trop stylée là, l'attaque là.
Halt, you two! Miss Hiragi has a letter for you. She insists that you read it.
A letter? Quick! Let Paimon see! So this means she wants you, but you didn't seem surprised at all by this. What's going on? Huh?
On a partagé un regard. Quoi entre 18h et minuit, mais il est quelle heure là? Ah.
Finally arrived. Allow me to introduce myself. This is technically the second time we have met. It's a pleasure to see you.
Wow. She's the daughter of the Hiragi clan, all right.
No need to be so formal. I've long marveled at your...
Is it Paimon or does...
The reason why I wanted to secretly meet you here is... Well...
Discuss what?
I should like to ask for your help with delivering a letter.
Like father, like daughter.
No, you misunderstand me. I was hoping that you could deliver a letter to Narukami Island in my stead. My father has always forbidden me from communicating with him. He knows that there are prospects for my marriage that would... There is no one who would dare defy my father's will on Rito, but you are Outlanders. Of course, in doing so, I will also do everything in my power to help you leave Rito. To be perfectly honest, as long as you remain in Inazuma...
Yeah, we figured as much. It was pretty...
I secretly overheard a conversation between my father and a very... They seemed to be discussing how to keep you here on Rito. In fact, it was the first time I had ever heard my father speak so respectfully. We don't have much time. I'll tell you my plans to help you off the island. Very well. I'll be waiting for you at the border. I'm counting on you to deliver my letter.
Ah mais c'est le bâtiment sur lequel je suis monté.
The wind knows me.
Attendez, on n'en voit pas d'autres là, des trucs là. Mais Rito c'est tout petit en fait.
Hold on, please. These goods are being sent to...
My lady, this is an unexpected honor. You are correct. These goods have been repeatedly...
Is there something wrong, Lady Hero?
No, as you were. My father simply has some concerns of the...
My lady, you aren't suggesting that you intend to escort this shipment personally, are you? There's certainly no need for you to trouble yourself with such a matter. And as for this qualified escort...
Please, do not cause us any further delay. If memory serves me right, my father has already...
Yes, of course, my lady. It's just that, well, we don't know who this...
Now, need I remind you of the penalty if anything were to happen to me en route? I'm sure you are all quite familiar with my father's temperament. Do you really presume that you can fully guarantee my safety on your own?
Boy, Chisato can talk the talk. They don't stand a chance.
Yes, my lady. Very well then. It's an honor to have you accompanying us. Your safety is our highest priority.
Shinojo, you can't really be agreeing to this.
Well, the request is from Lady Hiragi herself. It is our duty to serve her in the utmost capacity.
Yes, but that's not the...
Well then, if we're through here, I suggest we set off at once. Dawdling will own...
Yes, my lady. You heard her. There's...
My lady, please stay back. We'll handle it.
Not as well as we'll handle it.
It's severed.
wind.
Test subject.
Mais qu'est-ce que c'est trop bien.
Let's get
Cette
down to
compo là.
business. The wind moves. As one with wind and cloud.
Monsters sighted. Prepare to counterattack. Protect Lady Hiraki at all costs.
We'll take care of this. Stay with Chisato.
Picked the wrong test subject.
Lightning flash.
Watch
Oh,
out!
il marche du coup.
More monsters inbound. Lady Hiraki, stay close.
Clouds high. The birds calm.
Light blade.
One with nature.
Lightning flash.
Finally, cheap tricks.
The wind knows me.
It's over.
T'as fait l'erreur d'aller dans l'autre, frérot, t'es mort. Hein.
Don't blink. Nowhere to hide.
Yes.
Quoi?
We can take refuge in the village up ahead. How are you faring, my lady?
I'm perfectly all right. You may stop here. In my letter, I've requested Kamaji to grant you a special travel permit from the Tenryou Commission.
My lady?
So that's how it is.
No, Lady Hiragi would never hide anything from us, I'm sure of it. But
I'm not afraid to say that he...
the one you love?
Shinojo, did you honestly...
What? No, I was just clarifying, that's all.
You two needn't worry. Please, forget that this ever happened. If my father catches word...
Yes, of course.
But what will happen if you're at...
Don't fret. My father has always been one to spoil me. The worst he'd do is send a...
Huh. Paimon never suspected a guy like him could have a soft side.
I wish you a safe journey.
Bye, Chisato!
Come now. Quit your staring and let's get moving. We've got goods to shift.
All right.
Il voulait la pécho, ce bâtard. Faveur quoi? J'ai pas lu. Est-ce que c'est
We're
ça?
finally on our own way again. Maybe we can go talk to Beto. Surely she's gotta know something. I suppose it's time we find Toma. Now, where did he say he would meet us again? Oh, right! Komori Tea House.
Comment on rentre là?
Lightning flash.
Bah écoutez, je sais pas. Et ça, qu'est-ce que c'était là qui protégeait les brutaux? Ok, donc si je joue elle, ça dit que je suis censé me déplacer vite. Quoi? Ah, elle a carré. C'est ça? J'ai pas tout compris à quoi ça servait, attendez. On va essayer hein les gars, c'est un nouveau système hein. D'accord. Il y a un là. Putain, c'est ça qu'il me faut pour réveiller mon perso. Ça la récup. Et l'autre truc qu'il me faut pour l'éveiller, c'est quoi déjà? Bon là j'en ai pas assez, je crois qu'il m'en faut 10, mais attendez. 10, et ça se trouve où? Butin de lame Oni. Ah bah il y en a ici alors. Mais bon c'est sûrement un électro, alors il va falloir que je le counter, je pense avec la glace ça devrait aller. On verra.
Time to go.
Yo les gens.
One with nature.
Take this!
Have a little taste.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud.
The wrong test subject. To the very height.
Ouais, par contre ça va être compliqué les combats là. Quelle spécialité de Rosalia? C'est quoi? On fera ça plus tard. Merde, qu'est-ce que j'ai fait? Oh putain, je crois qu'il faut aller là-bas. crois qu'il y allait trop.
The wind knows me. Into the wind. The wind knows me. Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
Bon, je comprends pas réellement toutes les mécaniques, les gars, mais ça va bien.
Into the wind. One with nature.
Oh là. Oh, c'est chiant.
The wind knows me. One with nature.
Et là, pour celle-là, il doit sûrement y avoir un... Je suis un crack. Qu'est-ce que c'est que ça? D'accord, très bizarre, mais d'accord.
Into the wind. Follow the wind. Taking a stroll in the middle of a downpour certainly rouses the spirit. But it's best to dry your clothes as soon as possible after the rain stops. The wind knows.
Cut to the chase. Take this.
Putain, ben, on va retourner un peu en arrière parce que c'est connerie, je crois. Quoi? J'ai même pas pris mon point de TP. Ah si, je l'ai pris, je suis con.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. Compared to the storms I've encountered out at sea, this is really quite tame. The wind knows me. Time to go.
Ça va clairement devenir difficile de jouer avec les persos électro maintenant. Alors ce qu'on va faire... Ça, on va jouer avec des persos cryo, je pense.
Make sure to keep up.
The hunt begins. Shaken and stirred.
Lights out.
Look at you, Boozound.
Into the wind.
Ouais, je suis zéro dégâts.
Right there. The wind knows me. Say this quickly.
You can't run! Well,
You can't run!
Shaken and
don't be a killjoy! This is bad.
Ouais, ça va être quasiment impossible à jouer là.
Judgment!
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
This isn't good.
Lights out.
can't handle your drink, huh? Shaken and stirred.
Fallen leaves, adorn my night!
You can't run! Punishment! You can't run!
Diana Special.
Lights out.
One with nature. Clouds high. The birds call. The wind knows me.
You can't run!
Putain, sacré combat, hein. Bon, j'ai 3 mobs lambda. Ma mère. Et elle, je peux pas l'éveiller, elle? Je sais que je peux. Oh l'angoisse. Oh, elle a plus d'artefacts en plus. Oui. On va la mettre. Ouais, je sais même pas comment la mettre. Hop. On va lui mettre du berserker et de l'instructeur.
One with nature. to the wind.
Oh putain, regardez toutes les électroculus qu'il y a les gars dans le coin.
Time to go.
Alors ça là, elle est sûrement tout en haut. Et les deux de là-bas, t'en as une dans le trou là.
Clear weather all around brightens the heart. The wind knows me. One with nature.
Shiver! Judgment! Can't handle your dream. Huh?
The wind knows me.
Judgment!
As one with wind and cloud.
Lights out. You can't run. Judgment.
Ok, donc celle-là, elle est aussi sûrement en dessous, je pense. J'ai pas déjà une équipe avec des persos électro de me faire chier? Si, vas-y. Pourquoi lui je peux pas? You are pretty big, my mate.
Decided by destiny. Let me scroll. Curses. Nowhere to hide. Speed of light.
To ashes!
Cut to the chase. Incoming. Written in the stars. This was not foretold. The stars are fading.
Ta mère.
Speed of light. With sword from shadow. Ha! Incoming.
Bon. On devrait peut-être aller faire la quête, non? Et on va rechanger d'équipe.
You can't run! Punishment!
One with nature.
Another test subject.
Look at you, Boomtail!
Fallen leaves, adorn my night! Into the wind.
You can't run!
Should replace my hammer.
C'est vrai, voilà, c'est ça que je cherchais. Tout à l'heure, quand j'ai tué le communauté qui galérait, j'ai oublié que j'ai pas pris le coffre. Scalaputo. Putain, il y a un autre point de TP là-bas à gauche, bon, on va y aller. Hein. De toute façon, il nous les faut tous alors.
One with nature.
Light judgment!
As one with wind and cloud.
Where are you?
The wind knows me.
You can't run!
Think you can bully me? Can't handle your drink.
Where judgment! Shiver!
One with nature.
Think you can bully me?
Out of my
into the wind.
Got you. Winter shall
C'est quoi ça? D'accord, je connais pas. Hop.
The wind knows me.
Jamais je l'ai.
Clouds high. The birds call.
Judgment! Punishment!
One with nature.
Scratch that! Special!
Lights out. Out of my sight.
Into the wind. Fallen leaves, adorn my night.
This is Her Majesty's gift. Got you. In this dark, ice and snow.
One with nature.
Je devrais être assez haut là. Bien sûr, je suis assez haut. va monter en haut de ce... Merde. On va monter en haut de ce mont Yugu.
The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Quel chat?
Shiver! You can't run! Yeah.
The wind knows me.
Ah, attendez. Je peux peut-être l'avoir. Ah, putain. Oh, bah, laisse tomber.
Into the wind. The wind knows me. Into the wind.
Oh, lourd.
One with nature.
C'est quoi ça? Cerisier sacré. Ah, mais c'est lui que tu donnes les cerises. Bah, je crois, hein. Ah non, c'est des sauts électro, je vais lui donner. Ma mère, le nombre de niveaux.
May the blossoms of the sacred sakura bloom eternally.
The wind knows me. One with nature. Follow the wind.
Putain, mais quel trou de balle je suis.
The wind knows me.
Oh non, j'ai lâché.
Time to go.
Pour ça, si on va là-bas, qu'est-ce qu'on a? Un point de TP. Et donc sûrement aussi une électroculus. Ah, c'est ici la commission culturelle, là où il y a Thomas, là. Attendez, on va y faire un tour vite fait. On va regarder. Putain que c'est beau. Bon bah écoutez, voilà, c'était intéressant. Hop, on se casse. Triangle. Je me suis trop éloigné de mon objectif, je crois, non?
Into the wind. The wind knows me. Into the wind. Lights out. Clouds high. The birds fly. One with nature. It's fire.
You know a thing or two.
Judgment! Look at you, Boozia!
What a nuisance.
Into the wind. As one with wind and cloud. The wind knows me.
Oh putain, c'est vrai.
with nature.
Ok, bon, il est en dessous, je sais pas comment y aller. J'ai pas beau mytho que je comprends pas tout, mais bon.
What the wind knows.
You can't run! Think you can bully me? Punishment!
Into the wind. The wind knows. Falling leaves. Adorn my night!
Judgment! Ha! Think you can bully me? Diana Special!
One with nature.
C'est super stylé. En bref, il est où le gars qui je dois remettre la lettre? Oh putain, c'est vrai qu'il y a encore tout à explorer, j'ai oublié.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memory.
Bon, écoutez, puis on va re-TP au village, hein, au domaine mes couilles là. Quoique, ouais, c'est plus rapide de passer par là en vrai. Au moins, on fait un bon vieux tout droit des familles, on fait pas d'escalade, on fait pas de. Puis voilà. Hein.
Follow the wind.
C'est sûr ça.
The wind knows me.
It's my lucky day.
One with nature.
My blade.
Life.
More.
Time to go. The wind knows me.
You know a thing or two. To move.
You can't run! Let's go, let's scratch.
Finally,
One with nature.
To the berry.
Another test subject.
Into the wind.
I got you.
As one with wind and cloud.
You're open.
Fry.
The wind knows me. Fine.
Oh, attendez, ça a l'air d'être un gros coffre, ça, non? Ah oui, gardé par un seul homme.
Into the wind.
Punishment! Judgment! Can't handle your drink! Huh.
One with nature. Fallen leaves. Adorn my night.
Berry.
Désolé les gars, je commence à prendre un peu mes marques. Donc tous les rangs comme ça sur la map, c'est potentiellement les sanctuaires. Donc on va commencer à les pinguer déjà.
Unrelenting willpower.
Unrelenting patience.
patience to move mountains.
Ok.
Everything is going smoothly, just as I planned.
The new book from Yai Publishing House is out.
Characters.
Come take a look.
Moi j'ai trouvé la Catherine d'ici. Catherine!
Ad Astra ab...
Oh merde, attendez, je vais faire la quête de Catherine, moi. Ah oui, oui, c'est vrai que ça c'est une mission secondaire que je suis déjà en train de faire. Faire la mission secondaire, je ferai la principale plus tard.
Is there anything in the world that will satisfy my taste?
My story's all...
Elle! Voilà celle que je cherchais. Ah merde, c'est un mec. Quoi? Ok, donc je suppose qu'on peut pas venir tant
Welcome to
qu'entre guillemets, on
Netsuke
nous
no
l'a pas
Gen
présenté.
Crafts. You can make things other than sculptures as well.
Bon, attendez, le Battle Pass, déjà.
Once, there was a glorious kingdom established among the heavens. From that kingdom,
There are leaves around. And I know just the tune to accompany them, if you wish to hear it.
Time to go.
Ils font chier les deux amoureux là, j'ai l'impression d'être en Red Dead. Cette quête à la con là. Bon. Faut retourner voir l'autre cassos. Ah, il y a un point de TP aussi dans la ville que j'ai pas pris, va falloir que je le prenne.
Wind Strider. Non. Pourquoi c'est quoi qu'elle m'a donné? Juste ça? Bon bah allez, maintenant faut retourner là-bas. Faut aller parler à notre copine. Bon, si je prends la quête, c'est vrai que c'est mieux, en théorie. Into the wind.
According to the letter...
Sorry, we don't serve the general public.
Wait! Where...
Well then, you must be a couple of wandering...
Are our clothes really so...
The Yashiro Commission's seal. In which case, welcome to the Komore Tea House, a safe haven.
Well, that sounds more...
Bon les copains, promis, je vais pas vous abandonner, hein, mais je vais aller me faire un café moi. Vous allez avancer deux petites minutes.
Now that we're here, where's... Paimon doesn't seem...
Who forgot their promise? I was beginning to think you'd forgot.
What?
Relax, no need to look so surprised. I take it this is the first... Huh. So you didn't see any...
Ah, now that you mention it, this does suddenly seem less out of the ordinary.
All right, I've had my fun.
Hey, you're this close to getting an ugly nickname, miss.
Well, I've had some time to kill, given that I've been... So I came up with this little fun greeting for when you arrived. But in all seriousness, I would like to apologize about that little test you went through earlier. It helped us determine whether or not to bring you before Ms. Kamisato.
Don't think that Paimon's
Sorry, did I overdo it? My apologies. Let me just say this. You've often found yourself skirting the... Naturally, this is due to your unwavering and... A long time ago, we had a friend who was much the same. But when the light... so you've heard of his story. His light still burns all the more brightly. Yes, of course. I will bring... But before that, there is one other place I...
Oh?
I would like you to come with me to the statue of the omnipresent god. It's still under construction now.
Patron du salon de thé. Bah! Ah mais j'ai entendu. J'avais parlé à un chien. Hein. Oui bon donc les gars je disais, si un coup quelqu'un Inch'Allah regarde le replay qui va durer sûrement pas mal d'heures. Je te laisse avancer de 3 minutes à peu près. Je vais me faire un café parce que bon, il est 7h30 du matin. Je suis fatigué. Et puis bah écoutez. De toute façon, j'ai envie de vous dire qu'on se retrouvera bientôt. LOL, j'arrive.
Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure. Sakoku decree, the vision hunt decree. What could be next? Give me half a chance. And I'll become an outstanding
Wherever in this world
for
I
sure.
roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, It is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure. Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure.
This scenery is wonderful. Surely enough to convince anyone to become a wanderer.
Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure.
Wherever in this world I roam, I carry memories of my home. This blade, it is the last link I have to the land of my birth.
Give me half a chance, and I'll become an outstanding adventurer for sure.
Alors les gars, bon, poursuivons notre exploration de cette magnifique cité. Où est-ce qu'on devait aller? Je suis perdu. En haut. Ah, c'est là.
One with nature.
This area sure feels gloomy. Huh? Are Paimon's eyes playing tricks? Or are there things embedded in the statue?
Visions.
Visions? You mean all the visions that are collected from the Vision Hunt Decree are put into...
So you've already heard of the Vision Hunt Decree. Before I try to explain, I should perhaps remind you first that Mondstadt is the city of... As for Inazuma, it's known as the nation. The Raiden Shogun is both the nation's most powerful ruler. The eternity in question is her endless and As such, she relies on the Tri-Commission to regulate the nation's affairs, and the Sakoku... The Shogun wishes to keep Inazuma in stasis, allowing the stream of time to flow from one end.
Seems like every god has their own...
Of course, this is my own limited understanding. As for the reason, perhaps the Shogun believes that visions grant people the power to change, and that her eternity, whatever the case. The fact is that the Raiden Shogun has dispatched the Tenryou Commission to scour the nation for visions, embedding each one, and this statue of the omnipresent god can be seen as Inazuma's symbol.
But if that's the case, wouldn't you say...
Only outlanders such as yourselves would ever, and yet, I agree. The Vision Hunt Decree is something that simply should not exist.
Huh? Hey, are you okay? You look like your mind is elsewhere.
Sound? What sound?
Yeah, you touched the statue, and then what?
Aspirations? Have you heard it before? That when a person's ambition reaches a certain strength, the gods look up. That is where visions come from. In other words, a person's vision. So if what you just said is true, then the ambitions of these people are stronger than I imagined. All right, time for the next stop on our tour of Narukami Island, the Kamisato residence.
Heureusement que je m'y suis déjà rendu.
Time to go.
So, this is the kind of place where the big shots of Inazuma live, huh? Paimon kinda expected it to be—
Welcome at last to the Kamisato residence, honored guest.
Is this the Shirazage Himegimi you keep— Oh,
Yes. As the daughter of the Yashiro Commission, this is how Miss Kamisato is accustomed to receiving. Consider it a time-honored tradition within the Yashiro Commission. Forgive me if this isn't
makes sense.
Please forgive my lack of courtesy for receiving you in this fashion. As I have awaited your arrival with great anticipation, at present in Inazuma, in the name of though the Yashiro Commission serves the Shogun, it is the people with whom we share close bonds. A commission's power rises and falls with the trust of their people. Thus, we cannot remain indifferent. Traveler, lend us your power, and we can— Oh.
See, milady, it's just like I said.
No, please! Wait! Please. I will introduce you to the Raiden Shogun on one
What are your wits?
They pertain to 3 whose visions were taken from them. Perhaps
A warrior who guards a village, a former samurai who helped carry out the Vision Hunt decree, and—
Correct. Please do all you can to help them.
Vite ma mère, t'es où? Voilà, elle est trop vive. Qu'est-ce que je vais voir? Moi j'ai combien de trucs? Ok. Bon, du coup, ça en est trop où déjà? L'âme Oni. Faut que je le trouve, hein, les gars. Ok, donc genre il faut absolument que je le trouve par moi-même. Ok, c'est chiant ça par contre. Et je suppose qu'il est par là-bas. Et bon, on va continuer l'histoire parce que du coup, enfin, ouais, je me comprends, on a le temps.
See, where's the person Ayaka told us about?
Why are you doing this? Why leave all of a sudden, after all these years?
Precisely. It's much too sudden. We've had no time to prepare. The children are desperate for you to take them out to play. Please, we urge you to reconsider.
That must be the guy Ayaka told us about. Let's go over and see.
Ah, you must also be here to try and convince Tejima has protected this place ever since he arrived here 30 years ago. Keeping out the treasure hoarders, fending off any monsters that draw near. But now, all of a sudden, he said we will gladly apologize if that's the case.
If you want my opinion, it's clear that Tejima had done nothing wrong. And still, I can't claim to fully understand it. But I could tell that he'd lost something very important to him. He went off. Truth be told, we aren't sure whether trying to keep him here...
Seems like he's a well... You must be Tejima. So what's made you want to up it?
Me? It's not a question of why I want to leave, but and what made me want to come here 30 years ago? I don't have answers to those questions, because I can't remember anymore. In the past, I knew I wanted to stay here. But whatever resolve I had then, it's gone.
Okay. Well, in that case, if we help you read this... But if you can't remember... Oh! Maybe if you just try a little harder to
Oh, that reminds me.
I keep a diary?
Oh, yes, you do. And what's more, I remember you saying...
Perfect! So if we want to keep Tejima from leaving...
If you don't mind, we will leave you to find the diary. We should head...
One day, I'll be as great as Ryuji.
This looks like Tejima's... Let's see what... Today, the villagers and I got together to cook dry braised salted fish. I messed up and burned my nose. Today, I helped rescue a kid who had fallen in the water. After I pulled him out, he told me that his best friend Bamboo was... I went kite flying today. The string broke, so I chased after it as fast as I could. I soon realized... Seems... Huh? I went to pray at the shrine again today and stayed there a while. The Omamori you gave me... Now that's the kind of So this is the Omamori Tejima... interesting. Looking at the... But anyway, if he had this with him all the time... it's been disturbed. Maybe must be something pretty amazing if it made him. It looks like a letter. Konda Village. Sounds so familiar. Where is that place again? Huh. So the reason but he's been here for 30 years. Well, let's go get.
Well, I'll be. That's certainly my... Still, it's clear. Over the years, I must have made a note of anything interesting. And just look at all the things. How could I have forgotten something so important to me? Love, regret, everything I... No, after all, I've forgotten who she was. It's as if she'd never been in my life to begin with. As if... I think... maybe not. Although... what if she were to turn up eventually? Only to find... When I think about it like that... How curious. Why am I thinking like this when I don't even remember who she is? I shall remain here.
Tejima seems to be dealing... okay. But still... it makes Paimon... Seems it's just like Ayaka and Tomo were saying. If you lose your vision... that certainly at least we were... According to Miss Kamisato, the second one who lost their vision is a samurai from the Tenryou Commission.
Bon, attendez, tant qu'à faire, hein, vu que je gagne plein de trucs, je vais aller level up mes persos, pas que j'ai pas level up. Hein. Merde, qu'est-ce que je fais? Eh ben, va pour Guillaume.
They say the Tenryou Commission is directly controlled by the Shogun. They're the ones responsible for maintaining law and order in Inazuma. The ones actually enforcing the... But why would they take action against... Paimon doesn't get it. Huh? There seems to be some commotion over there. Let's go see what's...
I'll ask one more time. Do you intend to withhold this month's...
The entire clan is counting on that. How many times do I have to say it?
You dare deceive us? Those provisions are essential. Do you understand?
You samurai think you can just do whatever you please? The Tenryou Commission will hear of this!
Oh, huh? And who are you?
What? We heard the commotion and came to see what the...
I see. You seem to have come just at the right time. This is Kurosawa. He's a samurai and a member of the Shogun's army. They issue emergency. In the past, we'd simply ask him for provisions and everything would be delivered. He's keeping the provisions for himself. I just know.
No one seems to care about us. We used to think Kurosawa was a kind man, but he's shown it. It's no wonder all the visions have been confiscated. The ride.
This must be one of the people Ayaka asked us to help. Maybe we should talk to Kurosawa.
I've never even heard of these. I don't know whether it's rumors or whether they're trying to blackmail me. But either way, my own family can barely get by as it is. And that's the first bit of truth I've heard all day. The Shogun's army told me that I was unworthy of my vision. And they said I was slacking off.
Well, that's strange. You were helped.
To be perfectly honest, all I know is that I will perform certain things every month. And it's not just that.
Does it have to do with the missing emergency provisions?
I didn't take any. Like I said. To top it all off, if you don't believe...
But we better confirm. Let's go. We should be able to follow their trail.
I follow the wind. We really outdid ourselves this time. All those samurai houses packed with goods. We really hit the jack.
You haven't seen anything. Today's just the beginning. I'll be leading you all on an You demand, boss!
These seem like the treasure hoarders we're after.
The wind knows me.
You can't run! Shiver!
I got carried.
One with nature. Oh, there goes all the Mora. We worked hard to steal that, you know? Come on, boss. Think of something.
Not bad, kid. You ever think of joining the treasure hoarders? Kurosawa. So he's the one who sent you after us, huh?
So what did you see inside?
Food supplies. You kidding? That place was a complete mess. I didn't want anyone else to see it, so I was planning. But now that you've caught us, how about we make a deal?
You've got a deal.
Huh?
What the?
There's nothing in here but
Yeah. And they all seem to be made out to the owner of a general goods store. We better talk to this Miss Aoi. As for you guys, you're free to...
Yes. So, we redeemed ourselves for some IOUs. Does that mean we...
Shut it.
Alors, attendez une seconde. Hop. En gros, on va se TP. Hein. On a TP juste à côté, ça va prendre quelques secondes.
Welcome to Tsukumomono Groceries. We've got everything. Or perhaps there's something you want. Ah, so you're friends of Kurosawa.
Whoa! Let's not get ahead of our... How did Kurosawa end up owing you so much money?
Let me think. Kurosawa would come regularly to purchase large quantities of... However, the price of provisions began to skyrocket recently, and his salary was no longer enough to cover the cost.
So that's how he was getting... But why did he have to purchase a usual amount?
Well, if you think about it, the citizens receiving the emergency provisions must have been carefully calculating how much. Kurosawa thought that it would be quite the disappointment for them if they found they didn't have enough. So he deemed it necessary to take.
Wow. Kurosawa was. And no one ever appreciated what he did. They just complain.
People's attitudes will always reflect their circumstances. In the face of. If you ask me, had Kurosawa told everyone the truth, of course, I'm sure there would still have been some unrest. As for why he chose to spend his own money on emergency provisions, and if you're still curious, why don't you go ask him your. I see. That most unfortunate. If he doesn't clear the debt on his name, he'll have no choice. Sword? Oh, didn't he tell you? I've asked him about its origins. He told me that it was a gift from his father. In hindsight, I regret that I never made an offer on it. Why don't you ask him about the sword yourself? Perhaps. Oh, but before you go.
But.
Information. Don't worry. I won't charge much for information.
At least we now know where the Let's go talk to
Bon, par contre, c'est bon, pour le retour, ça a été un peu plus rapide.
What are you doing?
I presented them with a choice. Either they left. It turned out to be a real time saver, actually. Did you manage to track down the treasure hoarders?
That just about sums it up. It turns out that you really were.
Strange. I don't really have any such recollection. Why was I purchasing emergency provisions for everyone? And why? But I could not deny that when I brandished my sword to scare those two away, I could sense that my body was somehow. This sword was. I remember once when I was young, I wanted to sneak out with the blade and show it off to the kids next door. What did he say? It would seem that I forgot many important things when my vision was taken from me. All I can remember now is my father telling me that this blade bore his life's creed and said to me,
Hey, if you look carefully, there's. Can you recognize the words?
Virtue? Somehow those two words seem to explain taking on seemingly endless debts to make others happy. I guess, but what use are virtue and justice? I purchased a provision. The Tenryo Commission seized my vision. And the very people I was. And the irony of all of it is, I'm incapable of being a good person. Yet I'm equally unable to be bad.
Yet another trouble. When we get the chance, let's speak to Toma about Kurosawa's debt. In any case, we must never let him sell off that sword. Yeah. Seems fortunately for us, you don't. Let's go find the next.
The wind knows me.
The third person who had their vision taken, Paimon heard that he's the present-day master. This is his dojo. Luckily...
Nanako, don't worry. Sensei will be fine. Those thugs that challenged the dojo were strong, but he fought...
Maybe, but... Things have gotten dangerous before in the past, but...
It's just because he's been possessed, that's all. Once the exorcism has taken place, he'll be right...
Hey there!
Who are you? I don't care whether you're trespassers or just here to harass us while Sensei is impaired. Get out! Don't make me draw my blade, or...
No! You got it so wrong! We just came here to...
Disciple?
Yep. We've heard all about the mighty master of Meikyo Shisui art. But then we got here and overheard you talking about how he got...
From the way you're... Please, accept my apologies. You haven't arrived at the best of times, I'm afraid. Sensei got possessed recently, and I see you are earnest in your pursuit. Okay, how about this? Sensei's name is Domon. Though self-taught, he mastered the art of the sword to a high level. He then proceeded to defeat many other prominents. He once said that his goal was to become the best sword master. And so, even while training us, he continued to hone his own art. But then...
Not long ago, Sensei had his vision taken away. He hasn't been the same since. He says the strangest things over and over, and he refuses to let us train. Junya and I have discussed it, and we both think that he's been possessed by an evil spirit. So, we've asked the shrine maidens from the Grand Narukami Shrine to perform an exorcism. But if I'm honest, I still have my doubts over whether he'll completely recover.
The Grand Narukami...
You haven't heard of it? It's the largest shrine on Narukami Island. Not that we'd have any means of involving the head shrine maiden, of course. But even one of the ordinary shrine maidens... So don't worry, Nanako. Since the exorcism will take place this evening.
So, losing your vision can cause possession?
Shh. So you decided to come. It's a good thing you didn't arrive just now, when Nanako was attending to him. When she asked him who the people were, it looked like he was in great distress. He was covering his ears and looking frantically around him, all the while he kept calling those names. Some of them we knew, others we didn't recognize. But they all seemed to be the names of sword masters he had One of them was Anzai. He used to be a fellow disciple of Sensei's. His senior, and Sensei wouldn't stop calling his name. The ritual has now begun. Please, excuse me for a moment while I fetch some water.
Huh? Who's that sneaking around? We won't let them get away. Seems they aren't here. Should we keep going further up? Is this definitely the right place? Let's look a little further up. Aha! Suspicious!
How? Are you sure you're Domon? Unless... I guess it's been a few years.
Excuse me? And what are you doing sneaking around these parts?
Bad news? I'll have you know I don't care to talk about that time anymore.
His senior?
Anzai? Yes, that's me. Because I don't wish to see Domon or anyone else When we were young, we trained under the same sword master. I had begun training 5 years before him, and everyone looked up to practitioners of Make-Yoshi Sui art, seek to achieve stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. But Domon was different. The first thing he did when he joined was go straight to our sensei scolded him and told him that the art of the sword should not be used for such vain ends. Sensei said that coveting the title of the best swordman. I thought so too at the time. But Domon, only then did I realize that it was Domon who had long... He was consumed by his singular desire to become the best in the world. He sought nothing less than perfection in the art.
Sure sounds like he meant business.
Because until he arrived, I was convinced that of all the disciples, I was the most gifted. I had trained the longest. Everyone had Domon's arrival changed everything. When we sparred, I lost not just the match, but my pride and my... Later, I heard that he sparred with Sensei, too. Sensei was advanced in years by then, and after that I wanted nothing further to do with him. Deep down, though, I still respected his master. So, when I heard rumors that he had lost his mind, my first reaction was to dismiss them as false. I decided to quietly come and see if it were true. Then, to my complete astonishment, I heard him call my name. So you see, I came here not to cause him an... Okay, you've heard my story. You should...
Seems like we got it wrong this time. Still, Paimon's not sure we should bring him back with us.
Does that mean he's just lost his mind? But how is that possible?
Nanako, please.
I am sorry. With what powers I have, I can find no sign of it. But spirits may take a myriad of forms in this world, many of which I cannot. And all is certainly not lost. For I received word...
Lady Yae? Is that...
The head shrine maiden of the Grand Narukami Shrine? That's wonderful.
Correct. Lady Yae is most knowledgeable indeed, and has abundant experience in the exorcism. I am unable to say for certain whether an evil spirit has possessed your sensei.
Excuse me, Miss Inagi, but I must ask, should we...
That won't be necessary. All that is required of you is your timely arrival. I must leave now, but we will meet soon at the shrine. I wish Domon a...
Who'd have thought Lady Yae herself would have
Do you mean to say that Sensei isn't renowned?
No, that's not what I meant at all. I just mean this is Lady Yae, the head shrine. Anyway, given that you've traveled all this way just to meet our sensei, we, the disciples of Mick...
Sure! After all, who knows? Maybe we'll be able to find...
Ils croient que j'ai tout monté à pied, c'est pas des marteaux.
Time to go.
Oh, je suis une bite.
Do you think that's Lady Yae? Oh, no wonder Junya was so excited. She has a really striking presence. Also, is it just Paimon? Or did she look right at us just now? It was probably nothing. It's not like she's ever seen us before.
Keep away. Keep away from me. I gave up the art of the sword. Please, let me go, I beg you.
As you can see, Domon has persisted in this state for some time now. He appears to see those who have...
Lady Yae, it must be a possession. This is nothing like him at all. In the past...
I'm sorry. It is clear to me that your sensei is not possessed. But... yes. This is unable to cope with the tremendous pressure he was under. He suffered a spiritual collapse. With his... As one who is thrown into the sea, though he fights back desperately against his predicament. As for what has triggered this change, I believe it must be the loss of his vision. For...
Stripped of his ambition? But Lady Yae, even without his ambition...
Your school practices Meikyo Shisui art, does it not? Stillness of mind, freedom from all agitation. What if there was once one who claimed to be indifferent to rank and reward, and who fled enraged when defeated by his junior. And then there was an aged swordmaster who was aggrieved enough that he crossed blades with a disciple. Then, what of the one who crossed blades with his own sensei and beloved fellow disciple, and defeated them both?
Lady, I'm not sure.
The path of the swordmaster is filled with twists and turns. It is no small. It requires one to take their sword firmly in both hands and cut down the hopes and dreams of others. Even those of one. Only a deep commitment to his ambition to become the best made it possible for him to rise above the pain of these. When that ambition disappeared, he began to doubt himself. As he battled his growing anxiety, he slowly descended. Much like a certain fatally flawed.
Poor sensei. To think he's been suffering.
I'm sorry, Father.
That's enough.
Huh? Isn't that all? Did he follow us the whole—
Anzai, why are there two of you? You're here for revenge, aren't you?
You're right to assume that my feelings towards you are far from kindly. It's been so long now that I made peace with it years ago. You did nothing wrong that day. I don't think most of the people you beat along the way would hold it against you. On the contrary. Now I know that we can't place our hopes in you any longer, since you've been stripped of your— But that is no reason to strip them of theirs. Follow the way of the sword.
But what if one day, I put everything I had into trying to become the best? But what if it was all— If there's a chance they'll end up like me one day, I'd rather they stay where they are now than go—
Have you asked them what they think?
Sensei, after you rescued me from the hands of the pirates, I told myself I can't know whether I will suffer in my future as you do now. I want to keep going until the day that I can stand before everyone with my head held high and announce—
Nanako's far from the only one. Actually.
Goodness.
You see? You can place— Being stripped of your ambition is something that's never happened to me, so I can't claim to understand it. But I do know what it feels like to have your ambitions crushed. So, just as I once placed my ambitions onto you, you are not in the same position that I was. When I left, I had nothing to my name.
I'm sorry to have made you worry for me, and for the state of me. I no longer have the resolve to become the best in the world. The emptiness and suffering inside of me will not abate, so I can— But as your sensei, I shall commit to imparting— This is my promise. And I humbly ask Anzai.
You can count on that. I'd be checking in on you occasionally, but I am now used to the life of a wanderer. I do not belong in the dojo any— Well, don't just stand there staring at me.
So even though his ambition was taken away, his disciples can take it over on his behalf.
Traveler, a moment, please.
So, the wind that blows from afar carries. For us to meet now is premature. Nevertheless, you set foot on these islands at precisely the right moment. I have high hopes for you, child.
Ooh, Lady Ice, she seems super mysterious. We can come back to it.
Ouais bah, on va aller voir la meuf là. Genre, si je peux pas.
Another bad one? No, let me try again.
Into the wind.
cet endroit. J'aurais peut-être pas dû aller dans l'eau, non. Oh ouais, je check ma vie. Oh wow. Non, c'est la mort hein, qui m'attend là. Oh allez, c'est pas grave. Bah ouais, c'est... Bon. On va aller rendre notre quête, nous. Puis bon, je pense qu'on va être bon là pour le live. Hein. On a déjà fait ouais, bon, 2-3 heures, je pense. Honnêtement, les gars, j'ai pas vu le temps passer. Hein. Je pourrais pas vous dire combien de temps j'ai joué.
Oh, Ayaka! Guess who fulfilled all your wishes? Huh? Ayaka! Huh?
Traveler, Paimon. It is a pleasure to finally meet you both. I have heard all about how you helped our three friends. My sincerest thanks to you.
Yeah. Short of Ayaka.
Because now that you have done the three things I asked of you, I consider you to be my friends. As you will observe, I dispense with...
Ooh, wait a second. But isn't Toma your,
Oh. Paimon, you are most entertaining. Toma...
Oh. Okay then. Ayaka, you seem pretty different out in the open.
Demande à m'y accepter.
Back to the matter at hand. You have now witnessed the pain of those deprived of their visions. What are your feelings on what you have... Perhaps in the eyes of a deity such as the almighty thunder's roar, lightning's flash, the wind's assault, and the rain's descent. But I believe that surely you understand what they must endure. It seems that perhaps now you can appreciate my feelings on all of this. In which case, perhaps you would... You will? Really? Naturally.
Alright, bravo, my lady. You were right all along.
See? I told you she wouldn't reject them. Now then, given that the remainder of our discussion pertains to matters of a more confidential nature...
Oh, sérieux, elle fait chier. Ah, c'est bon. S'il me ramène, c'est bon.
Well, here we are again.
Please continue without me.
So, what's the deal with this place anyway?
This is land that was gifted to the Yashiro Commission by the Shogun. The Kamisato clan has the exclusive right to plan, build, and such privileges exist due to the Yashiro Commission's role in managing ceremonial affairs.
Oh, Paimon gets it!
Once the number of ceremonial affairs conducted in the city began to decline, our forebears built a tea house here.
Makes sense. Perfect place for a secret
In any case, we can talk freely here. The almighty Shogun. I've seen her on, but she inspires awe, commands respect, and exudes a sense of absolute... It was her almost complete lack of any emotion.
In that sense, she appeared to me to be less of a ruler and more of, well, an executive. The issue is this. After all, it is but a tiny minority of people who receive visions. Moreover, because of this, the attitude of most people towards—
How can they be like that?
Nevertheless, in addition to us, there was—
Resistance? You mean like—
Yes. Many who have lost or fear losing their visions have rallied together under Sangonomiya on Watatsumi Island to form a resistance. To say a little more about Sangonomiya, historically, there has always been some conflict between them and the shogunate, but I do wonder whether there may be some other agenda behind their— Of course! We have tried on numerous occasions. Unfortunately, each time a proposal to repeal the decree arrives at Tenshukaku, they invariably adopt a stance of unconditional support. It almost makes one wonder whether they had a hand in the shogun's sudden—
Ooh, Paimon!
Oh? What would you like to know, Paimon?
Have you got a plan yet to fight the
To be honest, we do not.
What?
Please, do not forget that challenging the Vision Hunt decree is tantamount to challenging a deity. Well, for the moment, all we can do is try and reduce— For example, by providing vision bearers with safe refuge, or
You're telling Paimon that there are people—
Don't underestimate the talents of the craftspeople in Hanamizaka. To the naked eye, their counterfeits are indistinguishable. The problem we are facing right now is that Master Masakatsu, who is providing us with counterfeit visions—
Darn! So they found—
Yes. We knew it was not a long-term solution, and that it was only a matter of time before it would— Exactly. I feel the same way. But given mine and Toma's identity, by no means do we intend to place— When you are ready, go to Hanamizaka and look for a fireworks shop run by the Nagon—
Ah, attendez, j'ai deux quêtes. C'est quoi? C'est deux quêtes principales? Bon, bah écoutez, on va sortir et puis on va s'arrêter là. La fatigue commence à s'emparer de moi très fort. Un peu de killer là. Ou l'angoisse. Bon. J'ai rien à récupérer ici. Bon les gars, en tout cas, moi je vous dis à la prochaine. Je vous fais plein de bisous. Et puis, ciao ciao.